Hello guys, gals, and non-binary pals, my name's Hannibal Nectar, and I definitely didn't just steal that intro from someone who gives our community a bad name. So recently on one of my latest commentary videos, I had gotten a comment requesting me to react to an UndertheMayo video, where he apparently believes that Halo Combat Evolved ruined the FPS genre. After reading that, I of course felt like I had to oblige, considering I'm a very avid Halo fan, so I feel like I have ground to stand on in this conversation. Oh, and before I actually start playing the video, I'll let you know that you can actually request anything you want for me to react to. I do in fact take requests. Anyway, let's see what this dude has to say about one of the most influential games in FPS history.
It's time to talk about Halo, and I'm sure when you see the title Halo Ruined First-Person Shooters, you're probably ready to go right to the comments section. But before that, I want to say that Halo is a great game. I acknowledge that. I know the series has great entries, a passionate fan base, and amazing success. I know there's a great story there, and cool weapons, and art, and epic music, and plenty more things worthy of praise. So I respect your game, okay? None of it affects what I have to say about it. My feelings about the series are tied to my personal history, my tastes, my perspective on shooters, and the impact the series had on the industry.
We're not even 1 minute in and you full-on admit that the title is clickbait. If this is your personal opinion and you acknowledge that, why is the first thing we see before we start watching the video is you admitting that the title is a fabrication? Oh, wait, because your channel runs off of hate views and no one actually likes you. Never mind, continue.
Suddenly everyone was putting their new Xboxes together at big Halo parties. And I went, obviously, because they're my friends and it's a fun night regardless. I would bring my PC and play Unreal, and the other 16 guys would play Halo. I'd watch them a lot, and I'd try to play a little with them. I'd join in on some death matches. I'd play around in the campaign. I was shocked by how slow the game was. Like my character was walking in mud. Holding the Xbox controller in my hand, I couldn't believe how detrimental it was to movement and accuracy.
Boo-hoo, buddy, you aren't playing Doom. You want a complimentary Cacodemon mug and a Marauder body pillow for your troubles? Personal preference or not, you walked into this game expecting something like Unreal Tournament and you were very quickly disappointed, and that's your fault for having unreal expectations. This is an over 10-year-old FPS shooter made on the original Xbox, and you expected something fast-paced akin to the Quake games? With a controller?
Someone would be shooting me on the right and I'd have to slowly turn to see them, after years of being able to freely check my flanks at any moment with a mouse. So I'd raise the sensitivity to be able to look around faster. But now I couldn't hit anything with my gun because the camera flew all over the place when I was trying to aim.
Dang, that sucks for you, dude. Too bad it's just an excuse. If you were really having that much trouble with the camera speed and you change the sensitivity and it feels fast, just get used to it, you dolt. When I originally started playing Ultra Kill on a controller, I thought it was going to be impossible because of how clunky it felt. A year later, look at me now. I'm playing Ultra Kill exactly like you do on a Steam Deck.
You could only hold 2 weapons, which I thought was lame. All my other games had large weapon inventories. And it's not like this is a military simulation game, it's sci-fi action. Where's my arsenal?
Because despite not being a military simulation, Halo does retain a form of realism. An example of that being, no way, 2 weapons.
I'm holding 2 weapons that I like, and then I find another weapon that looks cool, and I have to drop one of the weapons I like just so I can experiment with a new one. What if I make it 5 minutes and decide I don't like this one and I prefer the other one? It's just gone now? Or I have to go 5 minutes back? It was really off-putting.
Wah, you shouldn't have picked the weapon up then, you mold big. That's called trial and error. Sure, you picked up a weapon you don't like, now you know not to pick it up the next time you play. That simple.
And the rules of the game just seemed like a bad change. In every other shooter, if you're low on health, you have to go get it. But in Halo, you have a recharging shield and a health bar. The game feels like you're encouraged to hide so you can heal.
Mayo, that isn't a heal, that's your shield recharging. Your health stays the same until you pick up a medkit, so that was just a blatant lie. So blatant, I'm pretty sure someone who doesn't even play Halo will figure out that was a lie.
I became incredibly frustrated by the fact that I could empty my clip into someone, get them really close to death, have to go through this slow reloading animation, and then he gets away.
Your pistol is always faster than reloading.
His shield recharges, and it's like my attack meant nothing. We're right back to where we were. And it's not like he strategically placed himself near a health pack like someone playing Quake 3. No, he just heals automatically for hiding. What's the point?
Mayo, I know you're mentally handicapped, but I'm pretty sure even you can see that this argument goes both ways. He's not the only one getting a shield recharge, you're doing the same thing. This means that you have to push forward and play aggressive so his shield doesn't replenish. The game is outright encouraging you to play more aggressive to get kills, and you're clearly blind to that.
At At least Halo 1 had a health bar separate from the shield, so there was at least some consequence to a firefight. Halo 2 took away the health bar completely and made the recharging shield your only measure of health, so encounters were left essentially consequenceless as players healed back to 100%.
You know, Mayo, you really shouldn't show footage of your point being disproven, because if there was no consequence to a firefight, how did you just get shot in the head and died to a battle rifle?
It just seems a bit backwards, like, does the guy who made this mod just, like, not think or something?
I'm not saying that Halo invented all these mechanics. I couldn't tell you with confidence which ones they did invent, but it certainly popularized it, and these mechanics spread like wildfire quickly after. And don't think I'm not gonna come straight back to reloading. I hate reloading.
Oh, for the love of God, not again. That Beansprout clip was a bad omen. Why did I play that? Not this again!
Not all the time. I used to play America's Army. It makes sense there. I get it with simulation games or military shooters. But I'm in space shooting goofy aliens with plasma shields. Doom doesn't reload. Quake doesn't reload. Unreal, Wolfenstein, Blood, Duke Nukem, no reloading.
Oh, I get it. So because all of these games that have nothing to do with Halo don't have reloading, that means Halo shouldn't have reloading. Top tier logic, Mayo. You deserve an Oscar.
Every time I emptied my clip and had to reload, it was like the game said, okay, stop having fun now and wait a few seconds.
You are the second person I've ever seen to have this mindset, so I'll keep this brief because I'm tired of arguing this. Most reload animations in Halo is nothing more than 4 seconds, and this is coming from someone who started playing Halo as soon as they figured out how a controller worked. Cope, seethe, and learn to be patient.
I was desperate to be able to spray my weapons more and let my skill show in my aim and my movement, but there was no movement. Everyone was too slow. There's no bunny hopping, there's no grapple hook, there's no translocator, there's no double jump, there's no rocket jumping. I just didn't get it. I didn't understand why everyone was playing this slow, clumsy, restrictive shooter when there were so many other games that were more fun.
Mayo, you just very clearly don't understand Halo Combat Evolved, and it's very obvious. It's not a movement shooter. It's not about how you move. It's about how you position yourself, because that's what matters in this game. Not movement. Position.
Soon after the Halo craze started, I said to my best friend, this is gonna ruin everything. And it did. Halo sent shockwaves through the industry. The arena run and gun shooter was dead. The cover-based shooter had arrived. And with few exceptions, the shooters that came in the following years did their best to follow the cover-based shooter trend. Because suddenly, for the first time ever, consoles were considered as a viable platform for shooters. And these games largely worked on console controllers because they were slower. Halo, I'm positive, is slow by design to accommodate controllers. You don't have to run around like a fast-footed maniac, quickly flipping 180 degrees in the air to hit someone with a rocket and then telefrag the next guy. See, it's not just about Halo the game, it's about changing the dynamics of the industry. An industry where for a solid 10 years, it was accepted fact that shooters play badly on console. And believe me, they did. Today is much better. Even I can play a shooter with a controller if I absolutely have to. But in the late 90s, early 2000s, when 3D controls weren't fully understood and there weren't any intelligent sensitivity options for controller thumbsticks, console shooters sucked. But not only did Halo prove you could do it, there was a much bigger audience on console than there was on PC. Why make PC-focused run and gun shooters when you can make these slower cover-based shooters for everyone on console?
What? Don't mind me. I was just doing my best UndertheMayo impression and decided to huff copium. This was a big deal during the Actman situation with the arena shooter drama, so I'm just gonna shorten it down to, yes, Halo is an arena shooter, so no, the genre never died, and this is obvious considering Doom Eternal exists. Say what you want about the more slow-paced shooters of the 2010s, but you can't deny that FPS shooters wouldn't be as popular if it wasn't for the console games, since they were more cheaper and easier to understand compared to the PC, which to this day is hard for the average Joe to understand. Anyway, that's probably where I'm going to cut it, to be honest. My point has been proven, and I feel like you have an understanding of how I view Mayo's viewpoint. Thank you for watching, and I'm going to go watch Has Been Hotel in my trans can, like the little trans panda I am.